Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the Spill the Tea collection from SuperChic Lacquer. These did come out on July 16th. They are currently sold out, but they are restocking on July 31st. So if you haven't picked these up yet and you've been interested, I definitely recommend it. If you'd like, you can use my affiliate code SLOPPY10 and that will save you 10% off of the entire purchase price of whatever you order. So these were sent to me for review and I'll go ahead and get right into it. So first up is Exposed, and this polish is described as an incredibly intense, vibrant shade of bright raspberry, linear hollow, formulated with a fierce color depth and intense linear holographic effects. Now this is without a doubt a really strong linear holographic effect, just like all of the other really amazing SuperChic Lacquer polishes. I will say that these do feel a little bit thinner, so if you've been kind of thrown off by a thicker formula, these go on so silky smooth, really easy to apply. You're not going to have to deal with brush stroking or pooling at all, but with the thinner formula, I did think that these were maybe a little bit less opaque than the other collections. I was able to get away with just one coat here for a flawless finish, but if you wanted to go in for a second coat, I think that would make it even a little bit deeper. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is Juicy, and this is one of my top picks of the collection, just a really cool color. So this one is described as an intense, vibrant shade of deep, tangy orange linear hollow that's formulated with that fierce color depth and intense linear holographic effect. So this one's going to look on the nails just like it does in the bottle, very fiery and deep. If you loved a Rum Billy, but you need something maybe a little bit brighter and a little less burnt orange, this one is going to be perfect for that. Again, this formula is crazy silky smooth. It goes on really easy. No issues, no pooling, no brush stroking, just a gorgeous finish. So I am going to go ahead and show you how it looks with a second coat. These do dry down insanely fast, so this is not a struggle at all going in for that second coat, and I do recommend it for even more intense a finish. If you go in super thick, you may not have to worry about that at all, but I was really happy with the finish here at 2 coats. So here's a look at that completed mani at 2 coats before glossy top coat underneath that artificial lighting, and this one just seems to glow off the nails. Super beautiful. Here's a quick view from another angle in direct sunlight before even the glossy top coat. I do recommend going in with a favorite glossy top coat, but all of my swatches today are shown without. So next up is Queen of Tea nail polish, and this one is described as an intense, vibrant shade of bright sour apple green, linear hollow formulated with that fierce color depth and that same intense linear holographic effects. This one is another top pick for me. It's very bright, very vivid, almost neon on the nails, and really easy to apply. So there's not many polishes that you can get completely opaque with one coat for a bright neon lime green. This one gets there or gets really close depending on your application method. So here's a quick look at that first easy coat. This is pretty much completely opaque for me. I did notice maybe a very slight flash of visible nail line at certain angles, so I'm going to go ahead and go in for that second coat. Again, these dry down really quickly. You can paint one nail, paint one hand, and then go right back in for that second coat with no issues. So that is a look at that second and the final coat, and it did bring this polish completely opaque. So here's a look at that completed mani at 2 coats before the glossy top coat underneath artificial lighting. Even indoors, these are bright and fiery, super beautiful. So here's a quick view from a different angle in direct sunlight before that glossy top coat. Even that glossy top coat, however, is going to make it even more vivid. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle again in that direct sunlight. So next up is a Dirty Laundry, and I feel like this is going to be a fan favorite for sure. So this one is described as an intense, vibrant shade of bright, light-catching, yet muted, swampy teal green, linear hollow, formulated with that fierce color depth and intense linear holographic effect. So this one is a very beautiful turquoisey teal type. It is a perfect balance in between being blue and green, just really pretty, perfect for summer. So there's a look at that first easy coat. This one is pretty much completely opaque in one coat. Again, with my mirror and the lights, I did have a little bit of VNL, so I'm going to go ahead and go in for that second easy coat. No issues at all. It maybe just makes it a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger, and I did really like the finish here at 2 coats. I think these are still going to be awesome for stamping and water marbling. No issues there at all. Here's a look at that first coat compared to that second coat, so just barely maybe even a difference. So this is a look at that completed mani at 2 coats before that glossy top coat underneath my artificial lighting, and then here's a quick view from a different angle in direct sunlight. So very beautiful rainbows throwing here, and then this is my final swatch photo at an angle again in that direct sunlight. So next up is Spill It. This is a little bit deeper of a blue, so if you love blues, this collection is going to be perfect and right up your alley. But this one is described as an intense, vibrant shade of bright, light-catching, cotton candy blue linear hollow that's formulated with those fierce color depths and intense linear holographic effects. So a little bit deeper, maybe a touch of cornflower going on in here. So here's a look at this first easy coat. I did swatch these today without even a base coat. I didn't wear them for a super long time, and I didn't notice any intense staining, but these are very color intense, so I think that you will want to make sure that you just have a base coat just to cover all of your bases and make sure that you don't end up with stained nails while you're getting a really beautiful color. So I was able to get this one completely opaque with just one coat, so there's a look at that underneath my artificial lighting. And then here's a quick view from a different angle in direct sunlight. So super beautiful. I think honestly these are going to come down to if you prefer one coat because it's pretty much completely opaque, or if you just want to make sure you have all V&L covered and go in for that second coat. I think it's really going to be up to you. I was able to wear most of these either way. So last up today I have Throwing Shade, and this is the deepest blue and the last polish of this collection. So this one is described as an intense vibrant shade of smoky indigo blue linear hollow with a hint of periwinkle that's formulated with a fierce color depth and intense linear holographic effects. So here's a look at that first easy coat. Just as smooth and silky as the others. This one is again just a perfect one coater. I did have maybe slight staining with this one around the cuticle area, so just watch out for that. But here's a look at that completed mani at just one coat before a glossy top coat underneath that artificial lighting. Very beautiful. And then here's a quick view from a different angle and direct sunlight before even that glossy top coat. So just rainbows for days. And then this is my final swatch photo at an angle again in that direct sunlight. And that does wrap up my swatch interview of the Spill the Tea collection, available for restock July 31st from SuperChic Lacquer. I'm so excited to see her going back to her roots and releasing just gorgeous one or two coat linear holographic polishes. So if you're interested in seeing any more photos of any of the polishes featured here today, I will be getting those up on my blog at sloppyswatches.com, or you can also follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.